deceive themselves, and their religion is worthless. Number two, we must visit and provide for those who are in need of our help. James 1 and 26 says, religion that God our Father accepts as pure and faultless is this, to look at the orphans and widows in their distress and to keep oneself from being polluted by the world. Matthew 25, 35 through 40 in the ESV says, for I was hungry, and you gave me food. I was thirsty, and you gave me drink. I was a stranger, and you welcomed me. I was sick, and you visited me. Then the righteous would answer him, saying, Lord, when did we see you hungry and feed you, or thirsty and gave you drink? And when did we see you sick or in prison and visit you? And the king would answer them, truly I say to you, as you did it to one of the least of these my brothers, you did it to me. Amen. So number two, again, is we must learn to provide for those who are in need of our help, which is orphans and widows and, people in nursing homes, the homeless, people in prison, just whoever is in need. Amen. Number three, we must keep ourselves from being polluted by the world. Amen. James 1 and 26 in the NIV says again, religion that God, our Father, accepts as pure and faultless is this, to look after orphans and widows in their distress and to keep oneself from being polluted by the world. Romans 12 and 2 in the ESV says, do not be conformed to this world, but be transformed by the renewal of your mind, that by testing you may discern what is the will of God, what is good and acceptable and perfect. Okay? And Galatians 6, verse 7 and 8 in the NLT says, don't be misled. You cannot mock the justice of God. You will always harvest what you plant. Those who live only to satisfy their own sinful nature will harvest decay and death from that sinful nature. But those who live to please the Spirit will harvest everlasting life from the Spirit. So if you look at your life and you be like, I'm not, seem like every so often I reap, a hot mess, this and this and this. It's not what I thought, but then you have to think about what you're planting. He said you harvest whatever you plant. So if you live in a self-centered lifestyle, you won't reap the goodness of the Lord. And then that'll wake you up. Hopefully that'll wake you up so you can start planting and serving God, where you can reap everlasting life from the Spirit. You can reap the goodness of God. Amen. You'll see a difference. All we have to do is